Welcome, wrestling fans, to Checkpoint Genesis. This is the voice of KCXW Wrestling, Sean Andrews, bringing you a night of wrestling you won't soon forget.
And now, please welcome to the ring, pound for pound, the strongest wrestler in KCXW, the KCXW Season of Excellence champion, Tobias Storm!
Like Derek mentioned, Season of Excellence champion Tobias Storm starting us out strong here tonight on Checkpoint Genesis.
Feels good to be back. Champ is here, my dog. How you doing?
And just remember, all future checkpoints are going to be exclusive to the Patreon page, so make sure you join. Got a few words of wisdom here from Tobias Storm.
Oh, man. What a couple of weeks it's been, huh? Man. I done went to war with Goldman and the Iron Pitbull. And I came out on top. Yeah. I went in there and I said, what? I'm going to kick Goldman's ass. What? And I did that. You did that? I said, it don't matter if you give me the Iron Pitbull or if you give me Patrick. Either way, I'm going to kick your ass. And what'd I do? What? You did that. I did that. You did that? After the match, I said, I'm going to call out whoever wins the triple threat match for the show on October 19th, right? Right. Okay, all right. And what'd I do? What? I did that. So let this be a message to Hard Luck. Let him know that I mean every word I said. Now, I came to KCXW to prove myself. I came to KCXW to show that the pound for pound strongest wrestler is more than just a nickname. The proof that the Motor City Muscle is more than just a cool catchphrase. I came to KCXW to prove that Tobias is the greatest wrestler this company has ever seen. The fans want to see a fight, Hard Luck. So when I say I want you on October 19th, I mean every word of that, Hard Luck. Yeah. And all this talk about Hard Luck has made my blood boil. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an open challenge. I'm the Season of Excellence champion. I'm the workhorse of KCXW. So what I'm going to do is have an open challenge to anybody that steps to me.
Wait just a second, fans. We know that music. We know this man. That is none other than the Big Clay Huna, a former Season of Excellence champion. Is he accepting the open challenge of Tobias Storm? It would appear as though he is, showing no fear entering that ring, getting the fans behind him.
Heard you back there talking. Gum jacket, jaw flapping. And it's all good. And yes, you are the Season of Excellence champion. You are personifying that belt. That's excellent. But remember how many times it took you to get that belt. And which big brother beat you for it the first time. So, in honor of that, how about tonight? Why did the big brother accept that open challenge?
What? Okay, all right. Try to big bro. I respect you, you know? You're right. You did beat me over using me. You got it. And I've been waiting to kick your ass. So, I'll tell you what. I've never been one to back away from a challenge. Now, if the crowd wants to see Clay Huna versus Tobias Storm, let me hear you make some noise. You got this, Jeff. Let me tell you something. Next time you mention my name, it's going to be followed by, it's the greatest wrestler you ever seen, baby. Now,
Well, fans, it looks like we've got our main event tonight. The Big Clayhuna, the former Season of Excellence champion, taking on Tobias Storm. That should be one hell of a main event tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Coming down to the ring from Topeka, Kansas, standing at 6'1" and weighing 230 pounds, the Diamond, Marco Hendrixx.
This is our first match of the night, and what a way to kick it off here with Marco Hendrixx. This is looking to be a hard-hitting contest. We've got a really interesting matchup of speed and power with Marco Hendrixx versus the size and charisma of Bert Candy. Looks to be pretty evenly matched here.
Big Cutie Bert Candy.
The sultry sounds of Bert Candy. There he is. He's coming out to the ring. There he is, Bert Candy. The fans here absolutely love Bert Candy. And what's not to love? Look at that dance. Look at those sweet dance moves. We all love you too, Bert. Judging the size of the ring apron, how he's going to enter the ring for this contest. That is one way to enter the ring for sure. Referee trying to instruct him which corner we're going to start this contest. Starting this contest off strong. Nobody rushing into this one. Taking our time. Just kind of feeling each other out.
He's not a little guy. He's a big guy. But he ain't this big.
This is going to be an interesting match of power. I'm curious to see who's the stronger of the two. But Bert Candy using the veteran maneuver to get out of that hold. Again, we're starting off a little bit slow. Nobody rushing in. Smart wrestling here. Looking to tie it up here. That's what I was expecting. Marco Hendrixx just fighting his way into the corner with Bert Candy. This Marco Hendrixx is a pure athlete. If you haven't seen him compete, you are missing out. But Bert Candy, no slouch in there. He's firing away right hands. Marco Hendrixx shoves him off with ease. Look at the confidence of this man. Okay, now Bert Candy means business. He's taking off that shirt. He is serious, folks. Now it's two big men slapping man meat, as they say. Chops flying left and right. Now a closed fist. Bert Candy Irish whips him into the corner. Off the ropes. Big clothesline, but neither man leaving their feet. This is what you love to see. The irresistible force meeting the immovable object, as Gorilla Monsoon used to say back in the day. Bert Candy punishing him in the corner. Big belly-to-belly suplex. Bert Candy going for the pinfall. Only a 2 count. 1 count. I thought I heard 2 out of that, but only a 1 count. Bert Candy confused. Marco Hendrixx just getting fired up now. Just absorbing those chops, getting him fired up and ready to fight. Bert Candy going for the meat wave. Marco Hendrixx with a spear. Bert Candy looks to be out cold. Marco Hendrixx picking up the victory.
This match as a result of a pinfall, the Diamond, Marco Hendrixx.
What a hard-fought match, but that was fantastic. And just look at the confidence oozing out of Marco Hendrixx. I see a bright future in this man's future. Give me saying the word twice. And don't forget, KCXW fans, October 19th at Soccer Nation. Buy your tickets at kcwrestling.com for Xcellence.
The following contest is an Extremist Rules match. Coming down to the ring, Merci.
Merci has got her hands full tonight, taking on Lady Pride. As always, this is going to be an extreme match.
And her opponent, representing the Extremists from over the rainbow, Lady Pride.
Lady Pride making her way out, and where she goes, the Extremist will follow. I am not one to question the championship here. Lady Pride taking the title out of my hands, who took the title out of Shylyn's hands. So I'm not really sure if the title is up for grabs or not. David Catton, Jude Weiss, pacing outside the ring. Like I said, Merci has her hands full in this match. Lady Pride, a tough competitor, but you add those two outside, almost unstoppable. Trying for a quick chokeout victory, but I don't think we're going to see that. Nice deep arm drag, followed by a shoulder tackle. Cut short there by Lady Pride, the veteran. Really working on that shoulder of Merci. Quick go behind. Got her in a full Nelson now. Merci powering her way out. And another clothesline. This is what Merci has to do if she's got to stay on Lady Pride. But Lady Pride getting that front chancery in. Sets her up on the rope. She's got that 5 count. The ref has... Oh no, she could have broken her nose with that. Those cables. Back in, trying for a chokeout victory again. But Merci powers her into the corner. Oh, but it's reversed again by Lady Pride. Lady Pride just dissecting Merci. And a big hip toss. Jude Weiss absolutely loves what he's seeing now. The dirty, underhanded tactics of Lady Pride. Lady Pride sizing up Merci. Wait, no! Nice suplex by Merci. That's what she needs to keep this match going. Big Samoan drop. Possibly going for a pinfall, but nope, sizing her up. Wait a second. See, that's the advantage I was talking about. Now, what is Jude Weiss doing? David Catton causing the interference and Jude Weiss putting the boots to Merci. This is just breaking down, folks. This is absolutely devolved. We need to get some help out here.
The referee has ruled this bout a no contest.
Fans not into that. Wait just a second. The United Patriots coming to the aid of Merci, fending off the extremists. Wait just a second. Does this mean the challenge has been answered from Freedom? The United Patriots accepting the challenge. Yeah, it's official, folks. The United Patriots taking on the extremists.
And now, please welcome to the ring, your KCXW Kansas City champion, Hard Luck Hal Rogers.
Yeah, as Derek said, the Kansas City champion after our last live event, winning a hard-fought triple threat Iron Man match. Still your champion, Hard Luck Hal Rogers. Pulling out all the stops to retain that title. Remember, folks, if you want any more of these quarterly Checkpoint events, you can only get them on the Patreon. Remember to sign up now.
Got my music production. Some monkey back there has got an idea how to push a button. Come on. Here I stand, still the greatest KCXW champion of all time. At Xtreme Freedom, it didn't matter how many points the realist and Clay Huna put up on the scoreboard. In the end, the result was always gonna be Hard Luck on top. And what should have been a triumphant moment for me, what should have been the kickoff to an excellent summer vacation, was ruined by the biggest loudmouth in KCXW. Tobias Storm, you want to win your match, that's great. You want to yell your name over and over again, Tobias! That's great. But for you to think that you winning the Season of Excellence Championship sets you up for a title shot against me, you've got to be kidding me. You know, I would think that the time you spent with Richard Goldman, that he would have told you, Tobias, stay away from Hal. This Hal is different. You realize that Richard Goldman has stayed away from me since I have become this champion, since I have been focused on destroying the competition in KCXW. Tobias, you have to tell everyone your name, you have to remind them, you have to come out here and remind them about the accomplishments that you've made. Well, I'm going to remind you of something. The first day that you walked into this company and you decided that the first person that you were to walk up into his face and spit the disrespect and think that day one that you had the balls to step up to Hard Luck Hal Rogers. This might be about championships for you, but I'm going to remind you, Tobias, that there is always one name in KCXW that everyone should remember. You will always remember the name of the greatest KCXW champion of all time, after October 19th at Xcellence, Soccer Nation, Tobias, you're only gonna know the name. Hard Luck Hal Rogers.
Hard Luck Hal Rogers accepting the challenge of Tobias Storm. And he is not taking this contest lightly. That man is all business, all serious. That's right, at Xcellence, Tobias Storm challenging Hard Luck Hal Rogers for the Kansas City Championship.
The following is a triple threat match. Coming down to the ring first, from Wyandotte County, Charlie Graham.
The unpredictable and exciting Charlie Graham making his way down to the ring. This is going to be a surefire, exciting triple threat match.
And coming out next, from the city of Chaos, weighing 160 pounds, the new age enigma, Sykawtic.
Sykawtic, quite the enigmatic presence here in KCXW. The unpredictability of Charlie Graham and Sykawtic together in this match. Anything's bound to happen. Who even knows?
And their opponent, from San Juan, Puerto Rico, weighing 145 pounds, Talon.
Speaking of unpredictability, Talon, the ever opportunistic wrestler here in KCXW. By any means necessary, this man's going to pull off a victory. Who knows? This is going to be a wild triple threat.
Cut that there music! For those of you who have not had the privilege of being introduced to me, my name is Talon, and I come to KCXW not as a conqueror, no, don't get it twisted. I come here as a liberator, because for far too long, these 4 words, KCXW, have been feeding you lie after lie after lie. And quite frankly, I'm tired of every single one of you disgusting genetic defects listening to the bullcrap that people like these bozos feed you. Like sheep, all of you follow them. And it's not just these two, it's the boys in the back too. The very landscape of KCXW is about to change, starting today. Come here, Cop.
I'm not really sure what type of lies Talon thinks are going on back in the locker room. I haven't heard any.
All of you are here to witness history, right? Yeah.
That's one way of witnessing history, with a double clothesline from Sykawtic and Charlie Graham. It's like an interesting alliance between these two. Just beating the stuffing out of Talon. No lies involved in those closed fists. Talon taking a powder, jumping out of the ring just to kind of get his head straight and back on. Looks like these two are going to go at it now. Kick to the midsection by Sykawtic. Perfectly executed vertical suplex. Backs Charlie Graham up into the corner and just starts pounding away. Now you have to wonder if Talon's doing the right thing right now. Sitting outside, resting up, only getting involved when he has to. Smart wrestling by Talon. You may not like it, but it is smart. Clothesline, goes for the pinfall, but Sykawtic breaks it up. Another beautiful suplex by Sykawtic. Grabs the rope. See, that is some ring awareness by Talon. Smart wrestling. Interesting offense by Sykawtic with that spinning back heel kick. Charlie Graham breaks up the pinfall, only a 2 count. He could have pulled off a victory there if it hadn't been for Charlie Graham. Now possibly more double team maneuvers. Interesting strategy with these two. Is there some sort of alliance going on here that I don't know about? And I know everything. And Talon also knows about that. Taking turns just laying in chops. Talon, smart, blocking the chop and lays a right hand in himself. He's going to have to pull out all the stops if he's facing 2-on-1 attacks like that. Charlie Graham with some more unpredictable offense. Getting fired up with that crowd. Tilt-a-whirl. Now that is some unique offense right there. Tilt-a-whirl, throwing his opponent into his other opponent, but not enough to get the pinfall. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Sykawtic is breathtaking in that ring. Charlie Graham fires him into the ropes, ducks under. Talon breaks up the pinfall again. You're going to have eyes in the back of your head for a match like this. Takes him down with a strong, strong kick to the chest. Discus clothesline into the corner. Looking to get the pinfall here. 2 count only, kicks out Talon, showing some fortitude here. Impressive. Russian leg sweep. The referee did not see the gouge to the eyes. Are we perhaps seeing the future right now? Talon goes up to the middle rope. Again with the unique offense by Sykawtic. Only a 2 count. Sykawtic wrestling smarter, not harder, using his opponent to hit his opponent. And a stolen victory by Talon. More of that opportunistic nature that we talked about from Talon, but stealing the victory. You may not like it. He's the winner. The future of KCXW, he says. Don't forget to pick up your excellent shirt at kcwrestling.com.
As for the KCXW Metro Championship. Coming down to the ring, XWC student, Caden.
KCXW student Caden A newcomer on the scene here at KCXW, but looking to be a formidable challenger for El Diablo in his Metro title championship.
And his opponent, from the year 3099, the KCXW Metro Champion and Heaven's Superior Aztec Demon Warrior, El Diablo!
El Diablo with an impressive title reign here in KCXW. This man quite literally is from the future. He is not just the future, he is from the future. El Diablo, ever the fighting champion, taking on any and all challengers here at KCXW. The fans absolutely love this man. The familiar chants of up every time El Diablo comes to the ring. Perhaps he's going to spend the entire match hung up in the ropes. Who knows? Who knows? But Caden getting a title opportunity as an XWC student. Will he make the most of it? And again, the fans getting behind El Diablo with the up chants. Interesting way to show off the boots. Caden's ready. Let's get this match started, folks. Caden looking a little hesitant to step up to El Diablo, but can you blame him? This man's been on an absolute tear through KCXW since winning that Metro title. Quick roll-up from El Diablo. Most likely not going to win a match that way, but you might wear down your opponent. Caden wrenching that arm down. El Diablo rolls through, kicks up, and powers his way out. But Caden turns it into a headlock. Now that is a veteran maneuver right there from Caden. Back heel kick from El Diablo. Knocks Caden back into the corner, and this is where he really gets rolling. Interesting takedown by El Diablo. Goes for the pinfall. No, not a 3 count on that one. Chops him back into the corner. Fires him into the opposite side. No reversal like Caden. El Diablo with a whisper in the wind knocks out Caden. But no, another kick out. This Caden is showing a lot of heart in this Metro title match. El Diablo wrenching that headlock in, but Caden powering his way out into a beautiful suplex. Goes for the pinfall, but a quick kick out from El Diablo. El Diablo is going to need every last bit of that crowd to get him fired back up and into this match. Solid right hand from Caden. Fires him into the corner. Big splash. El Diablo absolutely rocked. Could we possibly see a title change? Spine buster a la Arn Anderson from Caden. I am impressed with what I'm seeing from Caden here. Caden says it's over. Looking to end this match with El Diablo, but El Diablo has other plans. El Diablo needs to get out. Ducks under. Fires him into the rope. Back elbow. Now El Diablo's really cooking. Fires him into the ropes. That's gotta be it, folks. El Diablo sizing him up for the pinfall here. And that's what we're used to seeing. El Diablo possibly going up. All the way to the top rope. Unbelievable athleticism. That's gotta be it. El Diablo rolls him up. Absolutely it. Unbelievable showing from Caden. Impressive showing by Caden, but El Diablo pulling out the victory. Still Metro champion. Helping his young opponent back up. Sign of respect from El Diablo with a shake. I see a future match in the making right here, folks. Wait just a second, the marksman.
El Diablo. First, congratulations on your match. Hell of a show right there. Congratulations.
You know how that looks, right?
But most importantly, El Diablo, I want to congratulate you on your successful title defense at Xtreme Freedom against the aerial attraction, James Moore. That match right there that match has become a KCXW classic. So congratulations on that.
Marksman giving props to El Diablo.
The fact that you beat James Moore at his own game, someone who's fast, someone who's hungry to win. He wants to win a championship, and you stopped him. That right there tells everybody here what kind of athlete you are. Not only you are a Kansas City top-tier athlete, that makes you a professional wrestling regional top athlete.
Yeah. All right, Diablo.
Yeah. Come on, cheer for him. Cheer for him. That's an accomplishment right there.
So good.
And then I'm there looking at my checklist of accomplishments I've done. I have won tournaments.
Check.
I have won the season of Xcellence.
Check.
I have won the MVP of Season of Excellence. I have won the Kansas City Tag Team Division Championship. I have beaten legends of the professional wrestling area, like Mike Bennett, Donovan Dijak, Bob Evans. I even retired professional wrestlers and gave their last match like JC Thunder. I have won championships, not only for this company, but for different other companies. But there's only one championship that's missing.
What?
And you're holding it, El Diablo. The Kansas City Metro Championship. That's the only title
that I have not won yet.
Why didn't you just say it at the start?
Because I want to give him his accomplishments. That's why.
We know he's good.
We all know. That's why he's a top tier professional wrestler.
Yeah.
So, at Xtreme Season of Excellence, El Diablo, I want to compete against you for your Kansas City Metro Championship. Before you accept, just know this. I know you're the man from the future, the Aztec Warrior of 3,999. That gave you an advantage over everybody here in the Kansas City area because we didn't know what you knew. But you have made a flaw in your plan, your flaw in your strategy. You've been here for a while. I have learned and adapt. So before you accept my challenge, you need to realize you have some flaws in your bulletproof plan. So do you accept the challenge from Gerard, the marksman Jarowski? Or would you rather turn tail and find some other wrestler?
Diablo has no tail.
First off, mi hermano, you're holding it wrong. Second, I also congratulate you back on your accolades. But third, there's a view of my own when it comes to the realm of KCXW and the Metro Championship Court of the Gods. For I have one, beaten the realist, two, beaten Hard Luck Hal, three, beaten James Moore. And now, to your challenge. I'd like to add you to that list, marksman. Now do you accept my challenge?
I accept your challenge.
What a challenge being laid down here. The Marksman versus El Diablo at Xcellence. I, for one, cannot wait to see that match. Fans here also cannot wait to see that match. The list of accomplishments between these two, unbelievable. There it is, folks. The Marksman versus El Diablo. It's official for the Metro Championship at Xcellence.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall!
Coming down to the ring first, the aerial attraction, James Moore, and the realist, Calvin Aldridge, the main attractions.
A very dejected looking Calvin Aldridge, the realist, not coming out on top at our last big show. Nothing to be ashamed of, though. That was a hard-fought main event contest. He gave it his all, and he was ever so close to winning that title. Nothing to be ashamed of, but he is hanging his head. The way these two coming out to the ring, it almost looks like the main attractions. They don't even seem like they're on the same page whatsoever. wonder how they're going to function tonight as a tag team.
And their opponents, the Natural, Atlas Armstrong, and Old Glory, the United Patriots!
But the United Patriots, on the other hand, obviously looking as a solid unit here in KCXW. They are definitely on the same page. Old Glory and Atlas Armstrong looking as unified as ever. Be hard pressed to find that many American flags on anyone's attire this side of the 4th of July. Despite not being on the same page, I am still looking forward to this contest. This is going to be a hard-hitting tag team matchup. Looks like we're going to have Old Glory starting it off. Don't forget, folks, the only way you're going to see these Checkpoint episodes is by signing up for our Patreon. Wait, do we have a tag in already? The Realist tagging in for James Moore. Starting it off against Old Glory, but Old Glory does not fall for that trick. Gut wrench suplex. Absolutely devastating the Realist. Going for a second. Big gut wrench. Atlas Armstrong calling for one more. Looks like we are going to get it. Unbelievable feat of strength. Old Glory could have had a pinfall right there. That was devastating. 3 gut wrench suplex. James Moore looking to sneak in, but suplexed as well. Old Glory is on fire. Old Glory tags in Atlas Armstrong. Deep arm drag takedown by James Moore, followed by Atlas Armstrong doing another one of his own. Beautiful, beautiful reversal by James Moore. These two putting on an aerial clinic. Old Glory gets the tag in from Atlas Armstrong. Looking to double team James Moore. Big boot to the head of James Moore. Nothing fancy about that, but it is effective and it will take you out. Also, nothing fancy about that straight right-hand shot from James Moore. The Realist tags in. Now they're working over Old Glory in the corner. Dissecting that arm of Old Glory, but Old Glory firing back with the right hand. Looking to double team the Realist. And this is what I'm talking about, folks. Tag team continuity. Just barely kicking out. The main attractions really need to get on the same page. This match is going to be over before it starts. Looks like we might have a proverbial meeting of the minds here. Now there we go, a double team maneuver by the main attractions. Referee admonishing the main attractions to get back in the ring. Duck under, go behind. They've got Old Glory tied up in the ropes. Now these are the moves we've talked about from these two, the main attractions. kick out, but Old Glory looking a little worse for the wear after that move. Old Glory needs to make a tag to Atlas Armstrong, and he needs to make it soon. Fans trying to use that USA chant to really get behind Old Glory, get him fired up and back into this match. But the Realist cuts that off. Even more of that double team maneuvering from the main attractions. It looks as though they've started to get back on the same page. Insaguri. Beautiful suplex onto Old Glory. Old Glory desperately needs the tag. Atlas Armstrong gets in to break up the pinfall. Some offense, looking to get out. But again, James Moore cutting that off. James Moore pulls him back to the opposite corner. The Realist tags in. Beautiful snapmare takeover. Vintage Realist. Now this is the Realist we're used to. He is back in this contest. Atlas Armstrong breaking up that pinfall again. The Realist stomping down Old Glory. Old Glory ducks under. Beautiful suplex. He needs to make that tag, though. He has worn himself thin. He needs to get out of this match. Get Atlas Armstrong back in. That's going to be their only chance of survival in this tag team contest. Referee possibly counting a double knockout in this. James Moore pulling the legs out from Atlas Armstrong, zipping back over to the other side before the ref even sees it. No tag can be made if your partner is not up on the apron. Now a double team move. Ref didn't see any of it. That's the moment Old Glory needed. He needs that. There's the tag. Atlas Armstrong back in this match. Takes out both of the main attractions. Just fired up beyond belief is this Atlas Armstrong. Only a 2 count. Old Glory trying to get him fired up. Crowd trying to get him fired up as well with the USA chants as usual. Ripcord neck breaker. The Realist goes in for the pin. Stomps Old Glory out of the way. Beautiful, beautiful tag team maneuver. That's got to be it. Going in for the pinfall, James Moore. Only a 2 count. You can see the Realist holding Old Glory from getting into the ring. Referee's got to get him out of there. James Moore tags in the Realist. Atlas Armstrong in serious trouble, but he ducks out, fires him into the Realist. James Moore ducks out. Look at that combination neck breaker. Wait just a second. Wait a second. What? Oh no. Atlas Armstrong kicks the Realist into James Moore. Now the Realist feeling it. Old Glory goes in for the pinfall. That's it. The United Patriots pick up a victory.
The United Patriots.
They pick up a victory. The main attractions seemingly pick up more strife. An unbelievably hard-hitting contest here in KCXW. The United Patriots picking up another victory here in KCXW. Wait just a second. The Extremist jumping in the ring. This is what you always have to be prepared for with these two. Just absolutely destroying the United Patriots. The Extremists, as always, using their extreme ways. David Catton's got the chain. Explodes into Atlas Armstrong, knocking him out cold. My part-time broadcast partner, Jude Weiss, and David Catton out there. Is this what lays in store for the United Patriots at the big pay-per-view?
Hey, malleable.
Yes, using large words to describe that. Malleable. Not sure exactly what he meant by that. I do know what the word means, but not really sure what he means there. Maniacal, Jude Weiss. Maniacal.
See your pride, see your glory, see your patriots, watch them fall.
Like we said, folks, the United Patriots taking on the Extremists. KCXW Xcellence coming up in October. Get your tickets now. KCWrestling.com. And it's time, folks, for our big main event. Big Clay Huna taking on Tobias Storm. Season of Excellence defense here tonight.
Our final contest is scheduled for one fall. Coming down to the ring, the big brother, Clay Huna.
Former Season of Excellence champion himself, Clay Huna, put out the challenge earlier to take on Tobias Storm in this match here in KCXW. Two big heavy hitters here in KCXW. This should be one hell of a contest.
And his opponent, he is the KCXW Season of Excellence champion, and pound for pound, the strongest wrestler in KCXW, Tobias Storm!
Ring announcer Derek doing that one justice, far better than I could. But you know who does it better than anybody? This man right here. I'm sure he's going to tell us. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Tobias.
Come on now. How y'all doing? It's always good to see you. It's always good to see you. Y'all ready for a show? We'll give you a show. Let's got this. We going in today.
Tobias and Clay Huna, two of the heaviest hitters here in KCXW. As they say, the strongest pound-for-pound wrestler here in KCXW, Tobias Storm, versus the big brother, Clay Huna. Season of Excellence champion on the line. Championship on the line.
Are you ready? Ready. You ready? Bring that bell.
4-5, baby boy.
We're going to be going for a handshake to start this off. Interesting. Alligator roll. These two are so evenly matched in almost every aspect of their game. This should be a very, very interesting contest. Slow to start. Nobody willing to rush in and make a mistake. Both very strong, very gifted competitors here in KCXW. And like I said, very evenly matched. And they know each other very, very well. They've faced off many times throughout the years. Tobias so strong with that headlock. Clay Huna not able to power his way out. Big shoulder takedown. I don't know many people that can take down Clay Huna that cleanly.
Okay. I got you, brother.
And again, slow and steady to start this match off. Nobody wanting to make a mistake. Smart wrestling. Looking to pick up the pace here. There's the amateur background of Tobias. You know, a lot of the time folks get so hung up on the fact with Tobias, with his talking game and his trash talk, but they forget that man is one talented wrestler in the ring. Very technically gifted, but also very powerful. But Clay Huna also no slouch. And again, they know each other so well. They're blocking almost every other move they're throwing at each other. Most likely not getting a pinfall out of that, but looking to wear down his opponent. Smart wrestling by Tobias. Wear the big man down.
There it is. There it is.
You want to keep going?
No.
Again, not the flashiest, but if you can keep your opponent down in a headlock like that, you're going to wear him down. Then you can start making big moves afterwards. Clay Huna's smart to get out of that. Now he's just firing away in the corner.
You're not the corner. 1, 2, 3.
Clay Huna ducks out of the way. Takes out Tobias. And it's unless you have seen this before, Clay Huna moves with a quickness for a man his size. It is unbelievable unless you have seen it live. Big belly-to-belly suplex by Tobias. Now working away at that shoulder and arm. Also not a bad plan. Take out the arm of Clay Huna. He can't wrestle without his arm. Well, he could, but might be less effective. Couldn't quite. Nope. It almost looked like Clay Huna blocked that one, but Tobias takes him over. Standing Russian leg sweep. Back into the alligator roll. And there it is. Textbook vertical suplex by Tobias. Clay Huna in a world of trouble here. Only a 2 count. Tobias almost taunting Clay Huna at this point in time. Clay Huna reversing it now, using that strong cranium for some headbutts. But nobody's home in the corner. Big diving clothesline. Clay Huna getting fired up and back into this match. And only a 2 count for Clay Huna as well. Swing and a miss from Clay Huna. Tobias really feeling the worst for the wear out of this. Nothing fancy about that knee. Big Olympic slam from Tobias. Oh, nope. Possibly sensing that wasn't going to be enough. That could be enough. Clay Huna kicks out at 2. I cannot believe it. Neither can Tobias. He's got to be getting frustrated out there. He's throwing all the heavy lumber at Clay Huna and can't seem to take him out. That's the other thing about Clay Huna. The man is resilient. Just when you think you've got him down, comes back out with a second win like you wouldn't believe.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Both men looking to get back to their feet.
5. Up.
Back to the feet before the 10 count. Could have seen that match end quickly in a double. Oh, wait just a sec. Oh, no. Buckle bomb in the corner. Now what's Tobias going for? Cannonball, but nobody's home. Clay Huna's got to follow it up and get that pinfall. Near fall again, but no 3 count. Clay Huna swearing up and down that was a 3 count, but no, that was a very solid 2 count. We saw it from here. Both men feeling the effects of this hard-hitting contest here in our main event at Checkpoint Genesis. Clay Huna looking to get out, does not want to get suplexed. Looking for a suplex of his own. Not quite, no. Tobias did not see that coming, and neither did I. But Tobias did have that one. He was ready for that one. Now he's got the ankle lock. Are we going to see Clay Huna tap out? That is something we do not see very often, folks. Clay Huna hardly ever taps out.
No!
Clay Huna fired up. As he said, I believe he said, pissed off Big Brother. This is exactly what we thought, folks. A very evenly matched, hard-hitting contest. Oh, unbelievable suplex. That's got to be it. Only a 2 count. Clay Huna somehow kicks out. Clay Huna feeling the frustration there as well. There's got to be nothing left in the tank of these two. I agree. You are a madman, Clay Huna.
But you still. No!
Standing enziguri by Tobias, going in for the only 2 count. What is it going to take for one of these two to pick up a victory here? Clay Huna obviously frustrated. Tobias is as well. They're both showing signs of wear and tear. Now it looks like Tobias just had his bell rung. Smart Tobias. Again, not using any energy, just putting his arm on that rope, immediately breaking the pinfall. Smart wrestling out there. Smart wrestling.
2. Big brother. Big hungry. 3. 4.
Smart wrestling.
5. You never looked this good, bro.
We're up to a 7 count. Can either man get to their feet? 9 count. Tobias back down, but up before the 10 count. Absolute signs of frustration on both competitors.
You up first.
Looks like Tobias up to his feet first. Clay Huna struggling to get back up. Now they're both, I don't even know how either of these men are standing right now.
No, you mess with the wrong big brother.
Now he's got the ankle lock cinched in. Clay Huna needs to get to those ropes, but Tobias pulling him closer to the center of the ring. There is nowhere to go. He's got to get out of this hold or this match is going to end. Tobias not letting that ankle go. Clay Huna makes it to the ropes. Tobias bit the foot of Clay Huna.
You crazy brother.
I agree. Ducks under the clothesline. Tobias ducks out of the way. Knocks Clay Huna down. Cannonball of his own. Wait just a second. What? Was that
this contest a time limit draw.
Time limit draw, come on. I know we reached our time limit, but come on, we've got to let them go. We need to see a finish.
They came to see a fight! Y'all came to see a fight, right? Yeah! Give us 5 more minutes!
I agree. Give them 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes?
That's not my fault.
Give us 5 more minutes!
Tobias, fighting champion, says give him 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes, right?
I don't see why not. Give him 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes!
We just want to see a conclusive finish to this match.
Let's fight!
Tobias ready to fight.
5 more minutes! Come on now! 5 more minutes! Come on now! 5 more minutes!
Crowd chanting 5 more minutes. That's all they want.
What are we doing? Hey, don't listen to him in the back. Throw some balls and make that ball. Let's get it down.
I don't think Derek, the ring announcer, has the pull to make this happen, but we've got it happening. I know I wanted to see it. Season of Excellence Championship on the line here. It means everything to Tobias Storm. I don't think either competitor has a whole lot left in them. Wait just a second.
You think you got 5 more minutes, huh? You think you got 5 more minutes, huh?
Ruining the Season of Excellence Championship match, just like he ruins just about everything else.
You couldn't beat him in 15. How many times did I beat him? Huh? Do you want a shot at this title, huh, champ? What's this, huh? Stand up. Come on, be a man, huh? What you want?
Tobias had just about enough of that. Hard Luck Hal getting taken out by Tobias. Clay Huna trying to separate him, but that is not going to happen. It's going to take the entire locker room to get these two separated. So much bad blood between Tobias and Hard Luck Hal Rogers. We've got basically the entire locker room trying to get these two separated. I don't know what else it's going to take. An enraged Tobias ready to get his hands on Hard Luck Hal Rogers. That's right, folks. You're going to see this championship match at KCXW Excellence.